Hello everyone, I'm Nitesh. Welcome to my channel where I am talking today how basically a project roadmap, how basically I'm realizing SDV from can to cloud, which is basically build at home. So before I jump into the course introductions or basically project roadmap, I want to say thanks to all of you who shown the interest and brought me here to basically create this all session. I saw a lot of interest on my last LinkedIn post and YouTube post where people shown the interest, asked the queries, asked the suggestions, gave the feedback, and many more. So it's gave a lot of confidence that I'm moving towards right directions and also giving responsibility that how basically I share my knowledge to all of you who are interested in this topic. So let's get started where how basically throughout this project realization how we will stick to. I'm also following the same. So far I have reached to phase 3 and between phase 3 to phase 4. So what exactly we have? Yeah. So in the first phase we will talk about SDV basic. What does it mean? Why it is required? Many of you might be already knowing the SDV and having pretty good experience, but it is very much important because I have seen the interest coming from college going student, also newcomer to the STV. They have requested that how basically they can realize STV, what exactly the STV is, and how basically it is buzzing in the automotive world. So these all questions was also there. So I thought, okay, let's put this topic also where I'll just give you a, just information what exactly SDV is, what all different vehicle architecture is, what SDV architecture is, and what basically it is bringing you on table. So we will learn in the phase 0, phase 1 basically, and then we would have, okay, once this all information we have the objective clear, what exactly we are going to achieve, then we will do the physical CAN network setup in phase 2. So I'd say many of have also already asked this question: why do we need this physical setup? Why can we cannot do on the system itself in the virtualization form? Answer is yes, which already I explained in my YouTube video in the last video itself, where I said I have set this hardware just to have a real feel of STB. I just want to see when I'm playing from the remote how basically on the board it is looking, and it give me a lot of like just not how to say, I have the board with me and I have a further scope of doing troubleshoot. So that's the reason my interest was to basically I wanted to have this physical setup rather than the virtual setup. Yeah, but you can skip if you have already virtual setup ready where you have virtual ECUs, you have the virtual CAN, and you can basically virtual TCU is created. You can very much replace this entire solutions. What I am proposing from step 3 onwards, you can use it. Yeah, but anyway, but entire project I'll stick to this hardware setup what I have set in my lab un- until I feel like okay, some of the SD feature is not working or not possible. Then only I'll basically switch to the virtualization, which I don't think it would be any issue with this particular hardware setup. But we'll see if in future if it comes, then definitely I'll switch to virtualized environment, or if I need to replace the controller, I will do that. But what I'm trying to say is I'll stick to simple setup what you have seen, and which I'll basically explain you in the page 2. Yeah. Now what? So once the step 2 is realized, we'll move to step 3. Phase 3 basically where we will set the local connected vehicle. What does it mean? So basically you have seen that okay, there is the two issues. We have a CAN setup where CAN network is ready up and running, but I will basically create a gateway. Basically, if you have seen different vehicle architecture, we will talk about more in the phase 1 itself, where you will learn like how basically vehicle architecture is. So TCU will act as a gateway here. It will collect the data from different senders. It will, yeah, and then it will basically receive. It will record, and also it will basically I'll decode those signals because this would be raw signals, and just to have a better feel, okay, what signals these are. I don't need to look into RxID, TXID, signals information, all these things I don't need to do. That I'll basically decode in and we'll see in the this how to say in the bus itself. So that also I'm planning. I'll decode these signals, and this phase will achieve how basically your TCU will act as a gateway, receive the message, record the canned messages, store and visualize locally. This all things we will learn in a step 3. Yeah. So once it is done, we'll move to step 4. In a step 4, what we'll do is once the local network is up and running, my next phase would be like how my local vehicle network will connect to cloud. Yeah. But in a step 3 also I'll create some of the dashboard where locally I'll see that okay how the you know the communication is happening. So I would have a local dashboard where I will have a good feel, okay, this local network is up and running fine. If there are any issues, it will basically populate over there. This also will learn in the phase 3, which I missed already, which I had missed to explain when I was explaining this what we all cover in phase 3. So in phase 4 you will see the IoT connections, AWS IoT I'll use. You will learn MQTT, how basically from the local network data would be basically transmitted to cloud, how the communication will happen. This all we will learn into phase 4. Once this all are set up, we'll move to phase 5, where we will learn we remotely will control vehicle basically. Yeah, what does it mean? So you see, if your communication is established, bidirectional communication is established from your local network to the cloud, why don't you do some control remotely? For example, door lock and unlock you can do from remote, right? So these all things we will play around and we'll see, okay, these all are working. So once it is set, it means your playground is 100% ready to basically to realize the real feature of SDV. Yeah. So that also we will see. Basically we will learn how basically will you will build the edge applications, how will you basically you will update your applications, how basically containerize application, how will you manage this container, how will you basically update the OTA, fleet management, n number of things will plan to do in phase 6. So these are basically the roadmap for realizing SDV at home. All right, so this would be the roadmap. What about where you can get the artifacts and information or document if anything I'm presenting into the in the videos YouTube in my channel basically. So I have there are two way. One is you can find it here in the my GitHub repository I have created, for example, and day wise information would be shared over here. Whatever artifacts information and code would be used, I'll share it over here. You can take a reference, you can work on, you can basically you can also try at your home. Yeah, and if you have any query you can write me on my that also. I would have a video also over here in my channel, so you can basically what you can do is you can ask your queries directly into the videos. You can write me in the LinkedIn. I'll try to answer as much as possible. Yeah. So this is the introductions how and roadmap how basically we are going to achieve this SDV concept. SDV basically at home, which is really how to say cost effective solutions in terms of learning SDV. I would not say it's a real production grade SDV you will achieve over here. But yes, for learning and piloting concept, this is good enough. You can say that you are an SDV architect or SDV engineer after learning all this concept. So stay tuned till the end till the phase 6, and even I would have some. I will basically plan for bonus phases, but yeah, after phase 6 I'll reveal those. So let's learn together. Let's write your comment. Let's like your like dislike or whatever you want to say on the videos. If you have a better idea or you want to give suggestion, or you like it, please feel free to share any of this forum. So thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks for today.